Now it's on.
I'm going to have to go look at the settings. You just may have given me a clue as to what went wrong yesterday.
Yeah, I should have said something because I saw that you weren't recording it. I mean, I saw it up here. I'm sorry. I should have said something.
Yeah. I wish you had said something. I'm going out to Zoom and taking a look right now. I wonder if I have the settings. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now I understand what I did yesterday. Hi, Karen.
Hello.
Now I understand how I screwed up the recording yesterday. I have, for some reason, when I set up the webinar, and I'm sure I must have done it. It is set to record automatically, and so when I hit the record button, I shut off the recording right at the time we were ready to start. So what can I say? How's everybody doing today?
Okay, doing good.
So the big challenge this is not going to take very long today. I don't think. So the big challenge for today and for last night was to work on our pain points, and the reason for that is because as we begin to talk about posting, we're going to use our pain points to do our postings. So, for example, my ideal audience that I'm targeting right now, and I hate to use the word targeting, but I'll just use it for a moment, is people they're beginning to think about how are they going to age gracefully. They're concerned that they're going to end up in an old age home or rest home, or end up not having health. A lot of you are doing similar things. And for me, the 5 pain points that I identified are mindset, health, staying active, self-reliance, and money. Mindset, because everything starts there, mindset. Self-reliance. People as they age, they want to be self-reliant. They don't want to end up in a wheelchair or an old age home or living with their children. They want to be self-reliant, able to take care of themselves. Money, well, obvious one. All of us, as we age, we begin to worry about whether or not we're going to have enough money to retire. The reality is if you hit 65 and you don't have $5 million in the bank, you don't have enough money to retire. I mean, and that may seem like an absurd number, but if you think about it, it's not really an absurd number. And very few of us have $5 million in the bank, right? So retiring becomes a problem. It becomes problematic as we age. And staying active. My target audience, my ideal customers are people that like to be active. So I'm going after people that scuba dive, hike, etc., water ski, snow ski, and have some concerns about their ability to keep doing those things as they age. And I have seen this in my life. I've seen people hit 40 years old, and this is where mindset comes in. I've seen people hit 40 years old and say, well, I'm too old now. I'm over 40. And it's ridiculous. So we got to come up with our pain points. And what I do is every Monday I post about mindset. Every Tuesday I post about, I don't know, what's Tuesday? Staying active. Every Wednesday I post about being self-reliant. So I have different topics, different days of the week. And then the next question is, well, where do you find material? And that's where we're going to go in a moment here. So let me ask you collectively, and the only person who's not muted right now, no, Kim, you're muted. Karen, you're muted. Tim's going to stay muted because he's at work. You can unmute or mute have you identified at least 3, hopefully 5, no more than 7 pain points that your ideal audience is experiencing? And remember, a pain point is something they are experiencing now. It's not your solution. It's their pain now. They go to bed worrying about, are they going to have enough money to do the things they want to do? They're beginning to get aches in their shoulders and or knees or hips, and they have some arthritis, and they're concerned about whether the arthritis is going to slow them down. So, have you all identified a few pain points, or are you struggling with it? First, let me ask you, who has watched Stacy's 3rd video?
I have.
Cool. Karen has, Kim has. Cynthia, you have?
Yes, today.
Tim raised his hand. Okay. Victoria?
I've watched about 40 minutes of it. Sorry,
Well,
I didn't get all the way.
it's only 42 minutes long.
Oh, I thought it was an hour and 24 minutes.
It was over an hour when I listened.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Hour and about 22 minutes, I think.
What's that?
An hour and about 22 minutes.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
That's not the video I watched.
Uh-oh.
There's 3 of them out there.
I had 45 minutes and 30 seconds
Yeah.
on day 3.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me.
Oh, you know what? I'm watching them from the My Lead System Pro. I'm not watching them from the Units tab.
Okay. You may be watching a different set of videos. It's okay. I mean, it'd be curious to know. So are you, but it is a 5-day challenge.
Right.
Okay.
And today was all about content and where to find the content and
Right. Okay. Anyhow, Kim, have you been able to watch that video?
Well, I have been through a challenge before,
Okay.
but I was thinking you were talking about the Go for Yes in the MLSP. So, but I've been through it before,
Yeah.
her challenge.
Yeah. So you're not watching the videos again?
I'm going to.
Cool. 'Cause I will promise you, I've been through Go for Yes challenge. I've been through her 8-week immersion program. I've been through a couple of other Go for Yes programs, and I can assure you that every time I go back and watch the videos again, I see something that I didn't see, hear something I didn't hear. So there's so much in these videos that it really is doing yourself a disservice if you don't go back through them and watch them again. Okay, so having said that, does anybody want to volunteer? What are the pain points of your audience, your ideal audience? Go ahead, Cynthia.
Okay, they feel fatigued during the day because of headaches.
Headaches?
Yeah.
And fatigue?
Allergies, sinus headaches.
Okay, was that 4 pain points or 1 pain point?
Oh.
Okay, so
I used to have these because I know what I'm talking about.
Pardon me?
I used to have sinus and allergy headaches. They were not good.
Okay. So they have sinus and allergy headaches. Okay, that's 1 pain point.
And,
Who's your ideal audience?
someone that someone that has sinus problems and allergy problems, and they want a solution to that because they don't want to take medication. Like I didn't want to take medication for it because when I did, it just made me really sleepy and I couldn't work. This was years ago when I was working
Okay,
outside the home.
that's a good pain point. Fear of medication and the side effects. That's a pain point. That's something they worry about. They could get rid of the headache, but they're afraid of the side effects of the medication.
Yeah.
So first off, they have pain. Secondly, they're concerned about medications.
Mhm.
Thirdly is, well, clearly if they have pain, they're probably seriously fatigued. And I think you said that in the beginning because they're not sleeping well.
And they're not focused then. You can't concentrate on what you're doing when you're in that kind of pain. You can't even
Okay.
see straight, you know?
Okay. So concentration, brain fog.
Mhm.
Brain fog?
Right.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I think we at least outlined four. Let's see, what would be a fifth pain point? Probably, I'm going to guess they're possibly concerned about being able to either function on their job if they have one, or
Right.
function in the home environment. Because I mean, if you've got a headache, it's awfully gosh darn hard to go to work.
I
And
couldn't go to work. It was
Yeah.
that bad that I had to get rid of it.
okay, so that leads into fear of loss of
Mhm.
financial stability.
Loss of your job because they don't want you to be sick too much.
Right. Okay. So those are 5 different pain points, basically.
Mhm. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Makes total sense.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else want to volunteer? Be a guinea pig?
I will.
Who said I will? Kim?
Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Hi. Mine is, I've got 3 down. It's getting hurt, aging, because my audience is horse owners.
It's what?
Horse owners.
Horse owners.
Yep.
Oh boy, they have a lot of pains.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are their pain? What do you see as their pain points?
Well, like bad knees, bad back, arthritis. They have a fear of getting hurt. And then the aging, not as, the reaction time is not as good. And they do have a concern, some of them, is, am I going to have enough money to keep buying things for my horse?
Yeah, horses are damned expensive.
Yeah, and they're like their children, and they don't want to just get rid of them.
Right. I fully understand. I've never owned a horse, and that's one of the reasons I've never owned a horse is because of the time and expense involved. It's bad enough that I own a dog. I mean, it's like having a 4-year-old kid running around the house, right? Cool. So those are some things that you can begin to write about on a daily basis. So what the recommendation is that, and we're going to go deeper into posting next week too, but what the recommendation is that you post at least 5 times a week, 7 times a week, once, so you pick a pain point. Every Monday you do one, every Tuesday you do a different one, every Wednesday you do a different one. You pick a pain point. So let's pick one of your pain points. One of your pain points was concern about joint pain. So maybe you're going to write about joint pain on Mondays. Now, the next thing you're going to say is, where am I going to get information about joint pain to write? Right?
Yep.
Where would you look for information, Kim?
Well, I do a lot of research. I feel like I'm pretty good at it. So I would start typing in something like that, or look on horse forums and see what other people have said and stuff like that, or
There you go.
some of my knowledge of things I've learned in the past.
Yeah. So what Stacy recommended here in this video was she did 2 things. One is if your target market was network marketers or people building businesses, then she looked at the MLSP blog as one source of information. But the other is for everybody else, for all of us mere mortals. If I want to write a blog post, or not a blog post, excuse me, I'm doing my Coffee with Len videos daily. So if today's topic for Coffee with Len videos is staying active, I go to Google and type in staying active. I mean, it's that simple. And then I just look at what pops up, because tons and tons and tons of stuff pops up. And if you're, one of the things you can do is, for example, you can type in 10 tips to stay active Or you can look for staying active during COVID, during the pandemic, during lockdown, staying active at home, staying active with kids, staying active. You know, there's so many things you can type in, and then you'll get lists. 10 tips for staying active. Well, there you have 10 tips for staying active. That's 10 weeks of content, because every Monday you're going to write about a different tip for staying active. Arthritis, how to take care of arthritis. I saw an article today about the 5 worst foods you can eat if you have arthritis. One of them was tomatoes, which I find very interesting, and I may do a little bit more research on that. One of my personal challenges in staying active is I've had both hips replaced, and now my shoulders are gone. The left shoulder has severe arthritis in it, and I've been working the shoulder, and I am now scheduled to go water skiing next weekend. If anybody thinks that's a crazy idea, you're right, but I'm going to go anyhow, because the only way to keep active as you get older is to stay active. So one of the things you can write about and I think horseback riding really falls into this category, in my personal opinion. And I don't know much about it, by the way. You're the expert, I'm not. But people that are worried about whether they're going to be able to keep riding their horse have to keep riding their horse. I mean, the only way you can keep doing these things as you get older is to keep doing them. My personal opinion. You know, you just got to find a way to work with the challenges. So what do I do with pain in the shoulder? Well, Tylenol, a couple of beers, who knows? But we just have to find a way to work around these issues. Hi, Diane.
Hi, Len. I'm sorry. I had a hard time getting in for some reason.
So tell me what happened.
It just kept saying link failed, link failed.
Well, I can't think of any reason that it would do that other than poor internet connection at your end. Is there any chance the internet was a little slow today or something?
Yes, we had a few storms here today, so maybe that's why.
Okay. I'm going to guess that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're talking about identifying pain points. And we're just, you know, a couple different people have talked about some of the pain points that they've identified. What about you, Diane? What's your target? What's your ideal audience?
Anyone who suffers with chronic pain, and that's a wide range of people. I mean, you could go from anywhere from immune deficiency diseases to fibromyalgia to arthritis. There's just so many.
So what I wonder is whether that is such a broad audience that it's going to be very hard for you to really nail it down. And I'm just wondering out loud whether we need to focus that down a little bit. Now, when we say anyone who's experiencing pain, that could also mean from a newborn infant to a 120-year-old adult. I mean, it's possible for anyone to have pain.
Well, our company is registered as an adult licensed company, so our products start from the age of 18 to whatever.
Yeah.
So yes.
Okay. So what are the pain points that your customers, potential clients, or audience are experiencing?
Well, one person had neuropathy, and it actually helped their neuropathy. So it goes from nerves to muscles to just about anything. This is why it's really hard to narrow it down. So I started looking like in the homeopathy area to maybe get like a homeopathy physician and have them use the gel in their practice, or maybe I'm just going too deep in it. I don't know.
Okay. Well, you know, So what, I don't want to, I'm hesitating because I'm afraid of breaking a confidentiality here. Because I sort of know where you came from.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's okay. You can tell my story.
So,
If it's going to help somebody, absolutely.
so
you
I
know?
would think for you that the arching umbrella audience wouldn't be pain, but it would be cancer.
Yes.
And the people you're looking for, because the people that you're going to be able to relate to very easily as you bring in the ideal audience are people that have and are dealing with cancer.
Yes.
And then that gives you the umbrella. And then the pain points are, well, pain is one of them. Pain neuropathy or one of them is the result of chemotherapy. Fear of chemo, getting sick with chemo, hair loss. You have beautiful hair, by the way. Did you lose all your hair? And
Yes.
it grew back. My wife did too. She lost all her hair.
Mhm.
And when she passed, she was bald. So,
Yeah.
and of course, some of the other fears that people like that people are experiencing are fear of being a burden on their family, not being able to take care of themselves, not being able to contribute financially. I mean, there's
Mhm.
so much that goes into the umbrella of I have cancer.
Yes. And it goes down to the simplest things that you do daily that you take for granted.
Yeah.
Like to take a shower. I needed 2 people to help me take a shower. I couldn't even take a shower by myself.
Yeah.
I was too weak. I mean,
Well,
it's just everything.
right. So you have so much to offer and give in that area. That's where, for me, that's where I would be looking if I were you. I would be looking, and you said you have joined several, I think you said up to 10 cancer groups.
Yes.
Yeah.
All survivors. It's all cancer survivors of different types of cancers.
Yeah.
The most painful cancers, I would say.
Yeah. So you have a tremendous amount to offer.
Hmm.
Cool. Karen, you got anything to jump in here with?
Yes. My audience is online entrepreneurs who are having trouble feeling like they don't want to be spammy, feeling overwhelmed with information, just not knowing a direction while still wanting to try to make extra income online or replace their income. I have some pain points following training by your upline leadership and feeling inauthentic or spammy, spending a lot of money on training, thinking it would always be that the next answer to your problems, and then feeling like you quit too soon, not following through, like shiny object syndrome.
It's
Feeling
exactly the word I was
guilty.
thinking.
Feeling guilty for not spending enough time with your quality time with your family, trying to just do too much while you're doing this venture. Not knowing how to be consistent with planning your life and your business, feeling frustrated and overwhelmed, not feeling confident on the internet, lack of skills, with all the new stuff introduced, how to get started if you're just new to the whole world of that, fear of failure.
Let me sort of pull you back here. Those are all really wonderful topics for individual posts. Much of it is mindset. Much of it's going to.
Okay. That was my problem. So I have a list here of like 40 things that I don't know how to break down into what the actual like topics pain points. I'm not clear on, and I could really use help, like to just to pinpoint what the actual topic is, that I could break it down, like the umbrella topics, you know. That's what I was having trouble with. Like the overall, I have a lot of pain points, but I don't have the topics, you know, like listed. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know what I mean?
Yeah. So if, in fact, in this video 3, right at the very beginning, isn't this one of the ones
Yeah.
that Stacy used
Yeah.
as an example?
Yeah.
But
You mean the lady Elise?
yeah,
Elise Michelle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that exact post, and that's where I got even some of these ideas.
So many
I
of the ideas, as you read through the ideas, many of them fall into the category of mindset. Am I good enough? Am I going to be able to do this?
Okay.
Et cetera.
So yeah, mindset would be one for sure. Yes. Okay.
Many people, remembering that 80% of people that get into network marketing are women, they probably have a husband who may or may not be antagonistic, but if their network marketing company, if they're treating it like a hobby and not like a business, they're not making any money, they're spending money that their husband is not making, they probably have an antagonist, they may have an antagonistic husband or spouse. So we can talk about, you know, how to talk to a non-supportive spouse.
Right.
Or
and,
how to
and Stacy did go over that in this day 3.
Yeah.
Right. How to deal with a spouse. Yeah.
And yeah, I was going to broaden it to how to talk to your spouse, whether he or she is supportive or not supportive. Not so terribly important which direction they are, but how to talk to your spouse, how to involve your spouse, and I can think of several different topics that would fall into that category, because how to involve your spouse is actually one of them, because the reality is that the more your spouse is involved in what you're doing, the easier it is going to be for them to understand what's going on. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so anyhow, that's another topic. So mindset is one of the biggest issues. Can I do this? Am I good enough for this?
Yeah.
Training is a huge issue. I mean, my personal opinion is, and take this for what it's worth, my personal opinion is that anyone who's in network marketing ought to be right here, because the things we're studying, the things we're learning, the things we're doing here are the things that are really going to help make you successful. Now, so training is a big one. Because many people that get into network marketing do not have a supportive upline, because their upline is new to network marketing also and doesn't know how to do it. Or they get into an upline with somebody like, several of us are in, I actually don't know what company a couple of you are in. So, but yeah, there's Johnny Wimbrey out there, for example, who is just an incredible trainer. But the problem is, or the challenge is, he's basically all old school, do it by the books, you know, dial 100 people a day and you'll get somebody to talk to. Well, that's where the failure comes in network marketing, because 97% of the people aren't going to do it. And so we've got to help people learn a better way. And my humble opinion is that the better way is sitting right here in what MLSP teaches, what Stacy teaches, etc. But I'm going off on a tangent now. So getting people training, how to get started, all of the things that are relevant to being in business, how to manage a business. I don't know. We could look at your list of 70 things and try to distill it down. Or do you, We could look at your list of 70 things and try to distill it down.
Oh, there's not 70. I had around 40.
Oh, well,
And maybe some of them overlap too.
Yeah.
You know.
no difference between 40 and 70. So we got to get it down to 5. Think about how to get it down to 5 umbrellas that the other things would fit under and be topics.
Right. Well, I have 3 now: mindset, your how to deal with your spouse, and training, and
I think training
Yeah,
is
go
the
from
big
there.
one because you can do a different topic in training like once a week. Do you do lives?
no, I haven't yet.
Okay.
I haven't yet.
We're going to dig into Aaron Birch next week. We're going to be doing posting for profits. We'll just hold off till next week and we'll look at what Aaron Birch does. Because I'll tell you, I mean, she's incredibly successful and she just does it all right. If you could follow what Stacy teaches and what Aaron Birch does, you'd all be successful. But she's big on lives. You have to learn to share yourself. We'll talk about that next week. I'm getting off topic. Okay, so I want to wrap this up a little early today. Some of us have another webinar starting at 4, and then we have another one starting at 5. And my car is up getting worked on. I've got to go pick it up. So we're basically really full today. So where to find material? So here's what you want to do. You want to think about your pain points and think about posting every day one of your pain points and talking about it. Now, Stacy talks in this video, she talks about a post versus a textbook, or I don't know if that's the word she used. Some people make posts that are way too long. We don't want long posts. People don't read long posts on Facebook. So, a short little post about a topic of interest to your ideal audience and setting yourself a schedule. Every Monday, I'm going to talk about mindset. Every Tuesday, I'm going to talk about a training topic or whatever. Every Wednesday, I'm going to talk about neuropathy. I just pulled one out of the air. Cynthia, do you have a schedule set for yourself yet? Was that a no?
I don't know.
Okay. So that's what you need to think about. And then the next question is, where do we find stuff to talk about? Where do we find what to say? And quite honestly, the absolute easiest way to find what to say on any topic you can think of is Google it.
Mhm.
And I mean literally Google the exact words you're thinking about and then just see what pops up. Because I promise you, there's so much material out there, but you don't. So somebody give me a topic. Anybody, chime in here.
Fixed income.
Fixed income?
Yeah.
So what about fixed income? Like tips for living on?
Well, I'm thinking about retirees worried about fixed income. There you
Let's
go.
just type in retirees and tell it to go. Go do something. Ways to retire comfortably. Fixed income explained. Okay. What is fixed income? What does fixed income mean? What are possible sources of income for retirees? Retirement income, coming up with a plan. 3 retirement building blocks. 5 key retirement planning steps. Now you can take a post like that, 5 key retirement planning steps. Understanding your time horizon, calculate after-tax rates, blah, blah, blah. You could read through this. Now, I'm not saying I'm not saying go copy this word for word and, okay, I'm saying read it and change it. Put it into your own words, your own language. Find a couple or three things. So, I mean, just in typing in one question like we just did, we can come up with enough material to last us basically for a lifetime. Top 5 fixed income investments for retirement planning. 5 best fixed income options for retirees. So there's just Motley Fool's latest picks. You may not want to go there, but and then there's people also search for different ways to invest your money, bonds, certificates of deposit, blah blah blah, different things. Best retirement income streams, retirement planning. So there's just tons and tons and tons of stuff. And basically, if that's what your ideal audience is interested in, that's what you're going to do. Is you're going to go out there, and I'm telling you, none of this stuff takes a tremendous amount of time. Once you've done it a couple or 3 times, you get very, very good at taking an article. I mean, here's something that we could start a post with right there. Most retirement income sources are fixed since you're not earning more and adding to your assets. I mean, we could start, that could be the beginning of a post. And then you're going to make up your own, look at a couple of other things, add 2 or 3 sentences to it, and you've got a post and a call to action. One thing you might do here is, who made that suggestion, by the way?
I did, Victoria.
Victoria? Okay. So one thing you might do here is take 1 or 2 of those articles, sort of merge them together. Now, this is a little more time consuming. Make a list of the 10 tips that retirees should know about fixed income. 10 tips for fixed income for retirees. And then have that available to offer people who are interested. So people come to your post, you end the post with, and if you're interested, drop me an emoji. I have a cheat sheet with 10 tips for living on fixed income if you're a retiree. And then if they say they want your cheat sheet, now you take them over to Messenger, get their email, and send them the cheat sheet. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you send the cheat sheet in email, but it does mean you get their email before you send them the cheat sheet. And because you want to start building an email list. Week 3 of what we're doing here is going to be on building email lists. So next week we'll be doing more posting, and then the week after that we're going to look at building an email list. Why are we going to look at building an email list? Does anybody know? Cynthia, come on, you know.
Well, that's how we, I don't know, we keep our customers happy, or, keep them informed about what you're doing.
I know in case something happens to Facebook or your group, so that you have a way of communicating with your established friends or clients or customers.
In the final analysis, your email list is the only thing online that you actually own. It's yours. You own it. They can't take it away from you. They can't shut it down. They can't put you in email jail. It's yours. So you want to begin to build a list of people that are your potential clients so that you have a way to communicate with them no matter what else happens. Facebook goes out of business. Your network marketing company shuts down, God forbid, goes out of business. The FTC comes and decides they're being bad boys. No matter what happens, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you don't own those accounts. Your email list, you own. It's yours. That's why you want to begin to build it. So we're going to look at building an email list in 2 weeks. Okay, let's wrap up for today. Any questions for today? Go listen to video 4 tonight, please. Start thinking about what days you're going to post what topics. Start making your daily method of operation. your plan for how you're going to move forward with your businesses and grow them. Okay?
Mhm.
Anybody have any questions? Going once?
I don't have a question, but I'm going to put this in the chat because this is someplace else you can go, answerthepublic.com.
Oh, yeah. There's plenty of other places. There's Answer the Public, there's Quorum, or Quora. Yeah, there's plenty of places. I've done a whole training on that with all the different places. I'll go look it up and see if I can find it. I had a really comprehensive list of all these different places. But absolutely. Now, Stacy also said today that, you know, she's got this ebook that you all can get. It's $27 to get the ebook and 4 additional videos. And if anyone needs to know where to go get that, I'll give you a link. But she's got a lot more in the ebook about sources of content and how to identify pain points. So that's out there and available if you want it. Okay? Going once? By the way, as a final comment, YouTube is also a great place to go look for content. Go to YouTube and type in your keyword and all kinds of videos will pop up. So if you like video, that's a great place to go. Now, besides Karen, who else does not do video? Victoria? Kim, you do video? I know you do, Cynthia.
Yeah.
You don't like it, but you do it, right?
Yeah, I don't really like it.
Diane, do you do video?
Yes. Hmm.
Cool. Okay. Well, you gotta begin to pull up your big girl pants here, Karen. You're gonna have to start doing video. You know that Facebook, and Victoria too, but you know that Facebook is actually threatening that in the near future the timeline is gonna be all video.
Mhm.
They're moving to video. And that's an intentional move on their part because they're trying to compete with YouTube. So, gotta get
Makes
used to it.
sense. YouTube is the biggest, isn't YouTube the biggest search engine now? I think it's even bigger than Google.
You know, I don't know that, but if it isn't bigger, it's number 2. Yeah, it's very big. I don't know what the current stats are.
I think if they did that, that would be a big mistake. Big mistake. I hope they don't do that. Not everyone likes video. They can't just all of a sudden change their whole platform, you know. That would be a mistake.
Why can't they? They just did.
No.
Yeah, they are changing it now. I just read something recently that Facebook is now giving priority to live videos
Sure.
as opposed to text.
No, I understand that,
messages.
but everybody on Facebook does not do. I would say the majority of people on Facebook, especially people who communicate with their friends and family, they're not there to do videos, you know. They're there to.
No, but it's the changing of the times. I guess you just have to roll with it, you know?
Well, who knows where it's going to go? Just know that that's been on the horizon for some time of them rolling out more and more video. By the way, if anyone's not using Facebook stories, we should talk about that too real soon, and we'll fit it in. Facebook stories are very, very effective right now. Much better than.
I'm not really sure how to do them.
Okay.
I've done a couple of them, but I get kind of confused of how I can do it.
Well, I think somewhere in the next couple of weeks we'll squeeze in Facebook stories. They're pretty simple. It's pretty simple to do. Yeah. If you've done a couple, you can teach the course on it, Cynthia. You know how to do it.
Well, I've seen other people doing things like writing on it. I don't really know how to do that. And then some people have music with it, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Different things.
All right. Let's call it a day. I strongly recommend that you come to the MLSP Wednesday webinar. It starts at 5 o'clock. That's an hour and 15 minutes from now. And learn more about what MLSP is all about if you're new to MLSP. They have a weekly webinar. Thousands of people come to it every week. And there's always good stuff. And I don't even think they're going to try to sell you anything tonight. So it's good training. So if you don't know where to find your link for the Wednesday webinar, just log into MLSP and you'll find it. It's there. If nowhere else, it's in the training tab. All right, my friends.
Okay.
Tomorrow we're going to go back to 4 o'clock. Is that okay with everybody? Cool. So today was 3 o'clock, just to be sure. This is 3 o'clock Pacific time. Tomorrow we're going to go 1 hour later back to our 4 o'clock time, Pacific time. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. All right, I'm going to end the recording. It looks like we're still recording.